He left his hotel room for ice. The hallway was quiet. No one was there. Perfect. Finally, some peace and quiet. He was about to get some much-needed rest when he noticed the same stain on the carpet, same flickering light above him. Something was off, but he couldn't put his finger on it. So he did the only logical thing he could think of. He turned around and retraced his steps, hoping to find an exit at the end of the hall. But when he turned the corner, he saw the same stain, the same flickering light. How is this possible? He thought. He continued walking until he saw the numbers on the doors begin to change. They were counting down from 100. He stopped in front of door 001. Was this a trick? What was going on? As soon as he reached out to knock, the door swung open, revealing a long, dark hallway. It was the same hallway he had been walking down, the one with the flickering lights and the stain on the carpet. It was endless. There was no end in sight. He walked back into the room he had just come from and looked around frantically for another way out. There wasn't any. All the doors were locked. He could feel his heart beating in his chest. His breathing began to quicken. Was he trapped? He tried the door on the far side of the room. It was locked. He started to panic. What was happening to him? Why couldn't he escape? The clock on the wall read 3:15 a.m. He could hear a loud bang from what sounded like the room next door. Was he going crazy? He walked back to the door that had opened on its own and stepped out into the hallway. The door behind him clicked shut. He could hear footsteps approaching. He turned around to see who was coming, but it was too dark to make out any details. The footsteps stopped. He could hear a key in the lock. The door opened, and a voice said, "Mr. Williams, you're wanted in room 203. "Mr. Williams? Is that me?" he asked. The man in the doorway smiled. "Of course it's you," he said. "You're the one who booked the room?" He stepped out of the room and into the hallway. The door closed behind him. He could hear the click of the lock. He was on his own again. The hallway stretched out before him, endless and dark. He could feel the weight of the situation pressing down on him. What was he supposed to do? There was no one else around. No one even knew he was there. He was trapped in a hotel that didn't exist. And then, he heard it again, the voice that had called him earlier. "Mr. Williams, you're wanted in room 203. He started to walk towards the sound, hoping to find someone, anyone who could help him. But as he walked, the hallway began to change. The carpet turned to dirt. The walls closed in, the ceiling cracked. And then, he saw it. The door at the end of the hallway was gone. In its place was a sign that read, "Do not enter." He tried to call out, but his voice was lost in the darkness. He was completely alone. There was no one else in the entire hotel. At least now, he knew he wasn't going crazy.